In competition tonight, we will have all 5 divisions of the NASCAR Weekly Racing Series, as well as Baum Boulevard Dodge, presenting a fireworks extravaganza during our intermission this evening. At this time, we would like to ask that everyone please rise for our opening ceremonies. If you are moving around the Speedway grounds, please pause with us for just a moment. And gentlemen, remove your caps, as we are joined on the front straight this evening by Nancy Beckett from the New Stanton United Methodist Church. We also have with us Hillary Grimm, who will be performing our national anthem, and presenting the colors, Cub Scout Pack number 403 from Southwest Greensburg. At this time, we ask that you bow for just a moment for our invocation, and we turn the microphone over to Nancy Beckett of the New Stanton United Methodist Church. Nancy?
Heavenly Father, we come to you with grateful hearts, grateful for this beautiful day, our families, our friends, our freedom, and this wonderful life you have given us. You've blessed us in so many ways, and for this we give you thanks. As we begin this 4th of July weekend, we ask your guidance and blessing on our country and its leaders. Give our leaders the wisdom to direct our nation in the way that you see best, remembering that all we have is from you. And Father, we ask your continued protection on the men and women in the armed forces as they defend this nation and all the freedoms we so easily take for granted. Tonight, we pray, Father, that you will be with each driver as they prepare for and compete in this race. Place your arms of protection around each of them. Keep them safe during the race. And Father, we ask that you grant each person in attendance a safe journey home tonight. We praise you. We lift all these things up to you, the source of our strength and being. In the name of Jesus Christ, your Son, our Savior. Amen.
Thank you, Nancy Beckett. And now the performance of our national anthem by Hillary Grimm.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched are so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through that night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Thank you very much to Nancy Beckett of the New Stanton United Methodist Church, Hillary Grimm for performing our national anthem, and how about a round of applause for Cub Scout Pack 403 from Southwest Greensburg. We are ready to go NASCAR racing. Thanks to everybody for opening ceremonies, and we thank you all for choosing MOTORDROME Speedway as the way to start your holiday weekend. And we thank Baum Boulevard Dodge for providing the holiday fireworks extravaganza coming your way at intermission this evening. We'll be running through the preliminary heat race portion of our program, and then we'll have 2 feature events before the intermission period with the Baum Boulevard Dodge Parade of Dodges and that holiday fireworks extravaganza coming up later on this evening. First item on the agenda agenda tonight, the Top Dog Challenge for the Napa NASCAR Super Late Model Division. Our top division of race cars will go 4 laps in a special dash for cash. There are no points on the line, and this 4-lap dash includes last week's top 4 finishers in an inverted start. Last week's 4th place finisher will start from the pole. Last week's winner will start 4th. Cash only on the line as an opportunity for you to see the first item of our agenda, our top division of racing, the NASCAR Super Late Models, headed trackside for the 4-lap dash. Thanks again for joining us, and have a happy and safe 4th of July weekend. We're set to go NASCAR racing at MOTORDROME Speedway. Top Dog Challenge featuring the top 4 finishers from last week's NASCAR Napa Super Late Model feature. Starting on the pole. In car number 25, it will be 2-time and defending champion Rick Miller, the Dunbar Dominator, in the Valvoline Brooks Automotive Group Pontiac Grand Prix. Outside, another former NASCAR Napa late model champion from Somerset, Pennsylvania, in car 60, Gary Wiltrout. Starting in 3rd, Connellsville, Pennsylvania veteran Bobby Henry in car number 11, who got his 100th career feature win last weekend. And last week's feature winner right here at MOTORDROME Speedway from Brewston Mills, West Virginia, another former MOTORDROME track champion in the Howard Concrete Pumping 22, Richard Mitchell. And there's the green flag, 4 laps of racing. Top division here at the MOTORDROME Speedway, blasting through turns 1 and 2. Every one of the drivers on the Speedway has won a Top Dog Challenge at some point this season. Mitchell in 4th was last week's Top Dog Challenge winner, but it's Rick Miller with the early lead. Rick Miller out in front of Gary Wiltrout. Wiltrout, who drives the Benz Motorsports Lint Flooring Stone & Company Megan Ford number 60, is leading his teammate Bobby Henry in car 11. Later tonight, the Napa NASCAR Super Late Models will compete in a pair of 10-lap preliminary heat races and then a 35-lap feature. Rick Miller, the current points leader and leading feature winner in the division for 2005, sees the white flag indicating 1 lap to go. Miller now feels a challenge from Gary Wiltrout in car 60. Wiltrout, 1-time a feature winner so far this season. He also has a Top Dog Challenge win, and they're nearly side by side going into turn 3. Wiltrout less than a half car length behind. They are door to door down the front straight. Here's the checkered flag. Wiltrout wins it by inches. Currently in the point standings with the modifieds, Adam Kostelnik in car 60, leading Gary Scott in car 16. In 3rd in the standings, Bo Glemba in car 99. Matt Panaya is 4th in the current point standings. Race is 8 laps in distance. 8 laps the distance. Starting on the pole in the Froggy 98.3 machine, Mike Bacalon of North Versailles, Pennsylvania. Outside of him in car number 3 from New Eagle, Pennsylvania, it's veteran Matt Smith. Inside row number 3, Bo Glemba in car 99 from Charleroi. Outside in car number 11, it is John Probanich from East McKeesport. Inside row 3, the 6th car is driven by Tom Frank from Concord, Ohio. Outside, it's Jim Nicola from Pittsburgh. 16 is Gary Scott from Harrison City, and the 7 is Ben Easler from Allison Park, and there's the green. The preliminary heat races help to determine the starting lineup for tonight's feature events. 8 laps the distance of this modified heat race, 20 laps the distance of their feature tonight. Bacalon in car 98, slow to the bottom of the speedway, allows Matt Smith around the outside. Car number 3, known as the Nuclear Banana, out to the lead on lap number 1. Bacalon is off the pace in car 98.3. He has a feature win already this season, but the car is not performing this evening as he drops from the lead to last position. Out front, it's Matt Smith in car 3 and Bo Glemba in car 99. Glemba seeking his first career feature victory. Glemba has 2 heat race wins so far this season, as does Matt Smith, the man whose bumper he is knocking on for the lead. 3 of Matt Smith, twice a heat race winner. Bo Glemba in 99, twice a heat race winner. Both drivers seeking their first win of 2005 in feature competition, and they are nose to tail at the line with 3 of 8 laps completed. In 3rd, it's car number 5 of Jim Nicola. Pittsburgh in 3rd spot is a 2-time champion of the modified division, all by himself in third. Then we see John Probanich in the 11. And two-time feature winner Gary Scott in the 16 car to the outside, battling for fourth. The crossed flags from the starter stand indicate halfway through this first preliminary heat race. 4 laps down and 4 to go. Lead battle is Matt Smith in car 3 from New Eagle, Pennsylvania, and Bo Glemba in car 99 from Charleroi. Pittsburgh's Jim Nicola, the two-time champion, closing on the lead battle, while Gary Scott now in sole possession of fourth over Probanich. Gary Scott in car 16, second in the point standings this season. Bo Glemba in car 99 in second place on the racetrack is in third position in the point standings coming into tonight's racing action. Matt Smith in the 3 holds off Glemba. Smith, a many-year veteran of competition. Glemba, a sophomore driver. 2 laps to go. Matt Smith in car 3, feeling the pressure of Bo Glemba in 99, Jim Nicola 3rd, Gary Scott 4th, John Probanich in the 5th spot. White flag indicates 1 lap to go. Smith, Glemba, Nicola, and Scott. In the last couple laps, Matt Smith and Bo Glemba have pulled away from Nicola, who's riding in 3rd. Everybody using the lowest possible line on the speedway here in early competition on Baum Boulevard Dodge night at the races. Checkered flag this time. Heat race win to Matt Smith in car 3, his 3rd heat race win of the season. With that first modified heat race in the books, 5th place finisher John Probanich in the 11, 4th Gary Scott in the 16, 3rd in the 5 Jim Nicola, 2nd Bo Glemba in car 99, and getting his 3rd preliminary heat race win of the season in car 3 from New Eagle, Pennsylvania, Matt Smith. 2nd preliminary heat race for the Smale Modifieds rolls out onto the speedway. On the pole in car number 32, it is Matt Panaya. Panaya been very fast of late from Plumboro, Pennsylvania, then the 47 of Chris Dodds from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The 91 machine is driven by George Nicola Sr. from Pittsburgh. Outside division rookie in the 04 is Bob Shipp from Elizabeth, Pennsylvania. In car number 60, defending champion and current points leader, starting 5th, Adam Kostelnik from East McKeesport, Pennsylvania. Outside of him with a brand new look to that machine tonight, the Froggy 94 car driven by Al Civic from Wall, Pennsylvania. Last row is made up of Rick Huffman, I should say, from Jefferson Hills in car 9, and the 12 of Brad Calvert, another Ohio driver, starting scratch, and there's the green. Another 8-lap preliminary heat race. Matt Panaya and Chris Dodd side by side for the lead. George Nicola Sr. in the 91 and Adam Kostelnik right behind him. Both those automobiles passing the 04 of Bob Shipp. Shipp was the Charger Division champion last year and a modified rookie, as Matt Panaya will lead lap 1. Panaya over Nicola Sr. Nicola Sr. made his first start last week and finished in the 7th position, taking over the driving chores for his son, who has an injured hand, unable to drive. He makes a bid for the lead, but falls back as Kostelnik takes the low side away from Nicola, and it's Panaya now all by himself out in front by a car length, maybe 2 car lengths. Panaya from Plumboro in car 32, then Kostelnik in the 60, Nicola in the 91, Shipp in the 04, and Pittsburgh's Chris Dodds in the 5th spot. Climbing up from the last row, it's Brad Calvert from Morristown, Ohio in the 12. Working lap number 3 of 8, and Matt Panaya in the 32 car with about a car length and a half advantage over Adam Kostelnik in car 60. Kostelnik, the only 4-time feature winner in the division. Panaya with 1 heat race win so far this year. Panaya in 32 having a career season so far with top 5 finishes in recent weeks. Hangs on to that lead over Kostelnik in the 60. Kostelnik, the current points leader, moving to the outside. Side-by-side racing allows Nicola to close up in the 91, and he's bringing Bob Shipp right with him in the 04. At the scoring line on lap 5, Matt Panaya in 32 was still the leader, but headed into turns 3 and 4, it is now Kostelnik out in front by himself. Single file the top 4, Kostelnik, Panaya, Nicola, and Shipp. Only 2 laps remaining. Adam Kostelnik out in front, Matt Panaya in second, Nicola in third, then Bob Shipp in the 04. Bob Shipp has a heat race victory to his credit, as does Panaya in the 32. Kostelnik sees the white flag, final lap. In addition to 4 feature wins, the leading total in the division, Adam Kostelnik, your leader, also has 6 preliminary heat race victories. Looking to make it 7 into turn number 3 for the final time. Open wheel modified preliminary heat races coming to a close, and 7th time this season, Adam Kostelnik takes a checkered flag. Second and final modified heat race into the books, with Pittsburgh's Chris Dodds finishing in 5th, rookie Bob Shipp in the 04 finishing 4th, the 91 machine of George Nicola Sr. finishes 3rd, Matt Panaya in 2nd, and with his 7th heat race victory of the season from East McKeesport, Pennsylvania, the Viglione Racing number 60, Adam Kostelnik. Next out on the Speedway, the Subway Street Stock Division. Prior to tonight's 20-lap Subway Street Stock feature, we'll pull a driver's name at random, and if that driver wins the feature tonight, every adult ticket stub here at the Speedway is good for a free 6-inch meatball sub from the participating locations of Subway listed in your souvenir program. Starting from the pole in car 74, it's Jason Holder from Stoystown. Outside in car 22, Ford fans cheer for Robin Rimmel. In car 22 from White, Pennsylvania, Max Schlesinger drives car number 66 to the inside of row number 2. And then last week's winner for the first time this season in car 35, it is Bill Ashton from Hopwood. Jonathan Heilman of Bell Vernon drives the 15, and we're green and racing. Into turn 1, Jason Holder, second in the point standings in the Subway Street Stocks with an early lead over Robin Rimmel in car 22. Both of those drivers up front have 1 feature victory so far this season. Then it's Max Schlesinger in the 3rd position, and last week's winner in the 35, Bill Ashton, 4th. A barn burner of a Subway Street Stock feature last week as 3 cars fought it out right to the finish. Jason Holder, your leader in car 74, was one of those drivers, as well as winner in 35 for the first time of the season, Ashton, who's currently 4th on the Speedway. Robin Rimmel in car 22 had a tough luck evening last week. Rimmel has a feature victory so far this season, as well as 1 preliminary heat race win. He has the Ford colors into the 2nd position behind Stoystown's Jason Holder. Then we have Schlesinger and Ashton about to go side by side out of turn 4. Schlesinger hangs on to 3rd. Jonathan Heilman in the 15 car, holding on to a top 5 position as well. Bill Henry in the 64 gets the car a little bit loose in turn 2. Henry got his first career heat race win just a few weeks back. 73 of Lonnie Hoffman right in front of Henry. Both of those cars experiencing a loose handling condition back in 6th. This preliminary heat race, 8 laps in distance. We're working lap number 4 halfway through with Jason Holder in car 74 and Robin Rimmel in car 22 up front, just about nose to tail in turn 4. Then Max Schlesinger in 3rd. He has a heat race win so far this season. Challenge for the lead down the back straight. Robin Rimmel takes the Ford Thunderbird to the inside of Jason Holder's Monte Carlo. Door to door in turn number 3. Swapping paint in turn 3. The cars make contact. Both slow down. That allows Schlesinger to catch back up. Holder's still the leader by a fender on lap 6 of 8. Subway Street Stock action was heated last week, and we're picking up right where we left off. Jason Holder hangs on to the lead by 1 fender. Robin Rimmel in car 22 to the inside of the Speedway. Once again, side by side, all the way through turns 3 and 4. Holder on the outside, Rimmel on the inside, white flag waving. New leader, Ford fans. Robin Rimmel out in front. Rimmel with 1 heat race win and 1 feature win in 2005. Has that Thunderbird now 3/4 of the way past Jason Holder in the 74. Side by side, they will battle for the win. Holder drifting up a little bit too high. Rimmel holds the bottom. There's the checkered flag. Robin Rimmel takes the heat race. First preliminary heat race for the Subway Street Stocks goes into the books with Jonathan Heilman of Bell Vernon finishing 5th. Last week's winner Bill Ashton in car 35 finishes 4th. Max Schlesinger finishes 3rd. Jason Holder, the second man in the point standings, finishes 2nd in that heat race. And Ford fans enjoying the victory of Robin Rimmel in car 22 from White, Pennsylvania, his 2nd heat race win of 2005. Second heat race for the Subway Street Stocks looks like this, with the 77 of Rich Burbidge from Newcastle, Pennsylvania on the pole. Outside of him, the most improved driver of late in car 78, Joe Hope from Uniontown, Pennsylvania. Inside row number 2, car number 57 is Andrew Kostelnik, the younger brother of our defending modified champion in car 57. Kostelnik from North Braddock, Pennsylvania. Then the 33 of Jeff Petrini from Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Inside row number 3, the 17 car is Dave McManus from Elizabeth. Outside of him, it will be the 25 of Dave Tavermina from Wilmerding. Defending champion and current points leader Frank Turek in car number 5 starts in row number 4. And outside of him, it's the 6 of Al Minjock. There's the green flag, 3 wide at the start. Jeff Petrini threads the needle in car 33, splitting Andrew Kostelnik and Joe Holp in the 78. Holp is now going to battle back for the runner-up position. All this action behind Rich Burbidge in the 77 car. Leader Burbidge has a heat race win to his credit earlier this season. And Petrini and Holp battling fiercely for 2nd position. Dave Tavermina in 4th. Tavermina in car 25 has 3 heat race victories to his credit this season. He's now side by side with opening night feature winner Jeff Petrini in the 33. Tavermina completes the pass, moves into 3rd. Rich Burbidge slinging the back end out in front of the field in turn number 4. Loose handling condition on car 77. Burbidge, a veteran street stock driver in car 77, will about to feel a challenge now from Joe Hope. Hope in the 78 car, most improved driver these last 3 weeks. He has been the man on the move. He's riding 2nd right now with Dave Tavermina close behind. And all the way from last, it's Frank Turek in car 5. At the start-finish line on lap 4 of 8, it appeared that Tavermina was pushing the Joe Hope machine across the scoring line. Hope now makes another bid for the lead to the inside of Burbidge. Burbidge gives him racing room, then slams the door in turn 3. Once again, it looks like Hope and Tavermina will be bumper to bumper in 2nd and 3rd at the scoring line. We're halfway through this preliminary heat race for the Subway Street Stocks. Rich Burbidge, your leader, closing in on the slower machine of Al Minjock, about to go a lap down. And with 2 wide battling, Minjock's going to play a role in this one. Slower car of Al Minjock with leader Rich Burbidge going up high and sliding through turn 4. They're 3 wide for 2nd. Tavermina, Holp, and Turek. The points leader, 3 wide on the outside lane in car 5. Frank Turek, the leading feature winner in the division. Battle is heating up again for 2nd. Dave Tavermina in car 25 and Joe Holp in 78, nearly rubbing the doors in the battle for the runner-up spot behind Burbidge. Turek came from the last row to challenge for 2nd. 2 laps to go. Rich Burbidge still your leader at the scoring line by inches. And we have contact in the back of the field. Kostelnik and the 17 machine of McManus both make hard contact with Jeff Petrini's 33. Petrini with front suspension damage to the left front as we watch the battle toward the scoring line. This time around, the white flag is in the air as Tavermina, your new leader, Rich Burbidge, shuffled back 4 spots. Race-long leader Rich Burbidge now in 4th. Dave Tavermina, a 3-time heat winner, out in front of the division's points leader, Frank Turek in car 5, who started at the tail of this field with Joe Holp in 3rd. Tavermina uses up the low lane and heads for the checkered flag, his 4th heat race win of the season. 2nd Subway Street Stock heat race comes to a close, finishing in 5th in car 57, Andrew Kostelnik. In 4th, after leading 6 laps in car 77, Rich Burbidge. In 3rd, the car 78 of Joe Holp. In 2nd, the 5 of Frank Turek. And with his 4th heat race win of 2005 from Wilmerding, Pennsylvania, Dave Tavermina in car 25. It's time for the top division of NASCAR Weekly Racing Series action. The Napa NASCAR Super Late Models coming trackside. 10 laps, the preliminary heat race distance this evening, 10-lap affair. This 10-lap preliminary helps to line up tonight's feature event, but all the heat races do pay points toward the chase for the championship titles. In car number 22 on the pole, Richard Mitchell from Brewston Mills, West Virginia, last week's feature winner. Outside, veteran Ben Miley in the Calusi Chevrolet 99 from Venetia, Pennsylvania. He was a champion here when the track was still dirt. The 11 of Bobby Henry starts from third. The 51 of West Virginia's John Messenger starts fourth. Heat race winner last week, John Komarinsky, starting fifth. Starting sixth, defending champion Rick Miller in the 25. Top Dog Challenge winner Gary Wiltrout in the 60. The 15 is Brandon Manns, the sophomore driver. The 98 Froggy-sponsored machine is Paul Urso. The 1 is Steve Black from Greensburg. Early leader Richard Mitchell. In car number 22, a former NASCAR Northeast Region champion leading Bobby Henry in car 11. Bobby Henry from Connellsville, Pennsylvania. Taking the Ford Taurus to the inside of Mitchell very quickly. Last week, Henry was the Valvoline hard charger after he started in row 8 of the feature event and finished second. The two hottest drivers of late leading this pack, Henry, who won at Jennerstown Speedway last week for his 100th victory, and Mitchell, who was second at the scoring line, looks to be losing that position to Gary Wiltrout in the 60. 2002 track champion Gary Wiltrout from Somerset, Pennsylvania. In car number 60, the teammate to leader Bobby Henry takes away the second position from Richard Mitchell. Mitchell in third, and fourth, John Komarinsky, who's come on strong in recent weeks, the veteran from Greensburg in the Rolling Rock 33. Working lap number 4 of 10, and Mitchell drifts up the speedway again in third spot, allowing Komarinsky to close. Komarinsky in the 33 working to the inside. Last week's feature winner, Mitchell, having serious handling problems, dropping backwards side by side with Komarinsky at the scoring line. Mitchell is still in third on lap 5, but Komarinsky seems to be taking that position away. Behind them, in the 5th spot, Brandon Manns in car 15 from North Huntington, Pennsylvania. Komarinsky in turn 4 does complete the pass of Mitchell. And just outside the top 5 looking in, it's the Dunbar Dominator, Rick Miller in car 25. Leading feature winner in the division so far this season is Miller. He also has 9 heat race victories to his credit. Up front, it's all Bobby Henry in car 11. He won last Saturday night at Jennerstown Speedway, and here so far this season at Motordrome, he has 3 feature victories to go along with 4 preliminary heat race wins in car 11. Steve Black is the orange car number 1 that the leader will be approaching. Meanwhile, Mitchell continues to fall back. Brandon Manns in the 15 car is going to challenge Richard Mitchell in turn number 2 on lap 8 for the 4th position. The battle in turn number 3 is side by side for 4th as the white flag waves. Henry all by himself in 1st. Wiltrout all by himself in 2nd. Then Komarinsky 3rd, and now it's Brandon Manns in 4th. And just as quickly as Mitchell lost 4th, he loses 5th to Rick Miller. John Messenger, a West Virginia driver, challenging as the checkered flag waves for Bobby Henry. Wiltrout is 2nd, Komarinsky 3rd, Manns 4th, Miller 5th, and Mitchell just barely hangs on to the 6th position over John Messenger in car 51. Top 5 finishers in the books for the Napa NASCAR Super Late Models tonight, finishing 5th. Current points leader and defending champion Rick Miller from Dunbar in car 25. Finishing 4th, Brandon Manns from North Huntington in car 15. Finishing 3rd, Greensburg's John Komarinsky in car 33. Finishing 2nd, Gary Wiltrout in car 60. And picking up his 5th preliminary heat race win of the season from Connellsville, Pennsylvania in car 11, Bobby Henry. Taking to the Motordrome Speedway next will be the Advance Auto Parts American Flyer Division. Entry-level form of competition. These are 4-cylinder American-built passenger cars modified only for driver safety. They compete on street wheels and street tires. Many of these cars still have the brake lights in the back window area. All the glass has been removed. A safety roll cage has been welded in for the drivers. Other than that, street automobiles basically, and an affordable method to go from the grandstands to the speedway. If you would like to enter oval track competition, the Advance Auto Parts American Flyers are the way to do it. Stop by and see your nearest Advance Auto Parts location for the best parts, people, and price. Rookie Richie Miller in the 87 starts in the front row along with Bill Oldham in the 5. The 05 is Andy Giles. The 67 machine is driven by Chuck Hall. 34 is Aaron Minjock. 12 is Roger Bryan from right here in Smithton. Larry Vance drives the 28. Ed Deneen, the points leader, is the 16 car going 3 wide on the front straight. 0 is Joey Richards. 22 is Gene Greco. 51 car driven by Kevin Ludwig. And look at this 3 wide action on the back straight. Larry Vance in car 28 has to back off as Ed Deneen makes a sandwich out of him with Aaron Minjock in the 34 beneath him. 21-year-old Richie Miller all by himself out in front with chaos behind him. The 05 is driven by Andy Giles, and he's hit hard by Deneen, the points leader. The 05 of Giles does a pirouette in turns 1 and 2 after hard left rear contact from the 16 of Deneen. That will bring out the caution flag as the drivers behind try to avoid. Let's revise that manufacturer's list now that everybody's back in their correct positions. We've got the Chevrolet of Richie Miller out front. We've got the Dodge of Chuck Hall in second. And now we've got a Buick machine riding in the 3rd spot. Bill Oldham in the 5 car. And then the Ford of Larry Vance in car 28. Minjock in 34, completing the top 5. Advance Auto Parts American Flyers will be back out later tonight with an 8-lap feature event. These drivers racing for trophies only, no money on the line. An amateur division, these guys are out here just for the fun of it, and that fun is underway once again as the green flag waves with 4 laps remaining. Richie Miller in the 87 feels a challenge from the 67 of Chuck Hall. These two drivers have had some hard-fought features this season. Both times that Hall was a candidate for the feature win, Miller got the checkered flag, but they have exchanged paint in feature racing before. And perhaps another good-natured battle developing in this preliminary heat race. Now Miller gets a 4, 5, 6 car length advantage over Hall. Ed Deneen making his way from the rear of the field as he was sent back for that contact with the Giles 05 car.
I just wanted to know
67 of Hall riding second to Richie Miller. Larry Vance in the 28 car, very high on the speedway out of turn 4. He holds on to 4th, and Deneen is already back to the 5th spot. Richie Miller second in the point standings in the division from Dunbar, Pennsylvania. He has 504 points to Ed Deneen's 521 coming into tonight's racing action. There's the white flag indicating final lap for Richie Miller. Only a 17-point difference in the top 2 drivers. Keep in mind, heat races do score points toward the track championships. So with Deneen in 4th, it's Larry Vance 3rd, Chuck Hall 2nd. And looking to close in the battle for the championship standings, seeing another checkered flag, Richie Miller in car 87 with a heat race victory. Advance Auto Parts American Flyer Division heat race comes to a close. And we understand the 16 of Ed Deneen being scored as last in the heat race for jumping that restart. So the top 5 will be revised. Finishing in 3rd, however, we know is the 28 of Larry Vance. Finishing in 2nd, the 67 of Chuck Hall. And with his first preliminary heat race win of the season in car 87, rookie Richie Miller. The Yellow Book Charger Division. Moving on to the Speedway now, another division racing only for trophies, 8-cylinder rear-wheel drive automobiles. Starting on the pole in the 04 machine, the driver is Brian Shipp from Jefferson Hills, outside the 65 of Scott Margie from West Newton. Inside row 2, it's Gary Ankrum in car 21 from Smithfield, PA. Outside, the leading winner at the Speedway this season, Jeff Giles in the 50 from Vanderbilt. Scott Aiello, a two-time heat race winner from White Oak, Pennsylvania, drives car number 8. Then we see the 22 machine, driven by Dwayne Knoll, and the 11 car of Victor Keller from Mount Pleasant. Jeff Giles to the outside in car 50, Scott Margie to the inside in 65, and they're going to trade paint in turn 4 for the lead. Margie in the 65 from West Newton. The 22 of Dwayne Knoll. Dwayne Knoll, a former truck racer here at the Speedway, now up to third in his first start of the season in the Charger division. Looking to take away second from the 65 of Scott Margie. Out in front, Jeff Giles, the most dominant winner in any division so far this year at MOTORDROME Speedway. He is the only 6-time feature winner. Jeff Giles got his first career win in the second week of the season and has kicked down the door to victory lane as he revisited 5 times after that. Giles also has 6 preliminary heat race wins on the season to go with those 6 feature events. Margie in the 65 now feels the pressure of Dwayne Knoll in 22. The 11 of Keller riding in the 4th spot. How about Scott Aiello in car number 8? Aiello has 2 heat race wins, and I think he's only in his 4th week of competition, so 2 preliminary wins already for car number 8. As Jeff Giles opens up a healthy lead over the battle for second, which is a heated one. Bumper to bumper, they make tag. They make tag look like something you're supposed to do on the front straight. The 65 of Margie feeling the pressure of the 22 of Noel. Meanwhile, behind them, the 11 of Keller and the 8 of Aiello about to go side by side in turn 3. Jeff Giles all by himself out front at the white flag. 1 lap to go. Margie, Knoll, and look at Aiello in the 8 car, using the high lane of the Speedway and closing quickly on Dwayne Knoll in car 22. 65 of Margie now going to feel the stiffest challenge so far. They're 3 wide into turn 3. The outside is Aiello. The inside is Knoll. The meat of the sandwich is Margie as Jeff Giles takes the win. They're banging doors to the finish line. Scott Aiello goes from 4th to 2nd in 1 lap. Fender banging action in the Yellow Book Charger division. Coming home in the 5th spot in car 11, it's Victor Keller, the 65 machine. Scott Margie back to 4th. The 22 of Dwayne Knoll is 3rd. The 8 of Scott Aiello advanced 2 positions to finish 2nd on the last lap and getting his 6th heat race victory of the season in car number 50, Jeff Giles from Vanderbilt, Pennsylvania. A second preliminary heat race for the Yellow Book Charger division, another 6-lap contest. On the pole for this one, 2-time feature winner in car number 95, Jimmy Stokes from West Newton, Pennsylvania, also has 2 heat race wins. Outside of him in car number 13 from Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania, Victor Keller, a 1-time heat race winner. Last week's winner for his career first feature victory, car number 9, is driven by Rick Broadwater from Level Green, Pennsylvania, who won by 2 inches last week. The 32 car is driven by Dan Jordan from Connellsville. The 1 is Tracy Keller from Mount Pleasant, PA, a 4-time heat winner with 1 feature victory. The 51 is Clifford Abbott from Perryopolis, Pennsylvania. The 70 is Andy Hogan. As we get set to go 6 laps of Charger division racing, there's the green flag. Stokes, Keller, Broadwater lead them to the line. Last week's Yellow Book Charger feature may have been the race of the year. It was a photo finish with Rick Broadwater getting the victory by 2 inches. Just the nip of the front bumper was out in front of Giles for last week's feature win. He's now challenging 2-time feature winner Jimmy Stokes in the 95. Both the drivers at the front of this heat race earned their first career wins this season. Stokes got his first career win several weeks back and followed that up very quickly with another victory. Broadwater got his first win of his career last week, and Giles, the 6-time winner, also got his career first in the division so far in 2005. Battle of the Kellers developing for 3rd spot. Opening night feature winner, veteran Tracy Keller in car number 1. Challenges to the outside of Denny Keller in the 13. Some race car trading among the Kellers this week. The car that Tracy had been driving was out in our first preliminary heat race with Denny Keller at the wheel. And now it's Keller to Keller in the battle for third. Halfway through this second Yellow Book Charger heat race, Jimmy Stokes maintains the lead over Rick Broadwater, last week's winner in car 9. The 1 of Tracy Keller moves around the 13 of Denny Keller for third position. Then in 5th, Clifford Abbott in car 51 all by himself. 2 laps to go. Best battle on the speedway will be the one for the win. Rick Broadwater in a 4-week-old race car. Number 9 challenging Jimmy Stokes. Jimmy Stokes and Rick Broadwater fighting for the preliminary heat race win. White flag in the air signaling final lap. Nearly a straightaway advantage over third place Tracy Keller in the 1. Stokes and Broadwater in their final 2 corners headed for the checkered flag. And it looks like it will be Jimmy Stokes grabbing his 3rd heat race win of the season in car 95. With the Yellow Book Charger Division preliminaries in the books, that concludes our heat race portion of the racing action tonight on Baum Boulevard Dodge. Fireworks night at Motordrome Speedway. Coming home in the 5th position in car 51. It is Clifford Abbott in 4th in the 13 car. It is Denny Keller in 3rd in the 1, Tracy Keller. Finishing 2nd in the 9, Rick Broadwater. And getting the heat race victory from West Newton, Pennsylvania, car number 95, Jimmy Stokes. First feature about to get underway on Baum Boulevard Dodge, night at the Speedway. First time pole sitter, the driver of car number 12, Brad Calvert, the Morristown, Ohio driver. First time he is seeing feature action from the front row. John Probanich in car number 11. Last year, Probanich was 7th in the final point standings with the modifieds. Tom Frank in the 6, Chris Dodds in the 47 going from row 2. We're green and racing 20 laps for the Smale Pontiac GMC Modifieds. Feature racing underway. Challenge early for the lead, but they're 3 wide, now 4 wide down the back straight. Matt Smith encounters a problem. He dives on the brakes. Everybody able to avoid him. They're stacked up 2 by 2 in the top 6 positions. Leader of lap 1 will be Burbidge as Nicola spins out of turn 4. Jim Nicola of Pittsburgh in car number 5, a 2-time modified champion, spins on lap 1 in turn number 4, bringing out the caution. Because the 12 of Brad Calvert and the 11 of John Probanich are leading the field back to a green. 20 laps the distance, the modified feature on Baum Boulevard Dodge, night at the Speedway. We're underway. Battle for second is Ohio's Tom Frank in car number 6. John Probanich in the 11. They're 3 wide with Bo Glemba threading the needle between George Nicola and Chris Dodds. That battle for the 5th position. Tom Frank in the 6th, looking under the 11 of Burbidge. Hangs on to the 3rd spot, though, with Gary Scott challenging him to the outside. The first time all season that Brad Calvert, the Ohio driver, has led a lap, and it's lap number 1 of 20. 12 car out in front of Burbidge. Burbidge got the jump on that initial start that was waved off because of the spin. Now in the second attempt, it's Calvert with the advantage. He leads the first 2 laps, but there's Burbidge breaking through. The East McKeesport driver breaks through under the Ohio pilot, and Gary Scott goes right along with him. Gary Scott in car 16, second in the point standings, takes over second on the racetrack. Then it's Buckeye State combatants 3rd and 4th in Calvert and Tom Frank in the 6th. Battle for 5th is Bo Glemba in car 99, 3rd in the point standings, challenging for 5th on the racetrack with George Nicola, the 91, inside of him. 2 by 2, they're stacked up the battle for 3rd, and they're stacked up in the battle for 5th. 2 rows of 2 wide behind the leaders. Lap 4, Burbidge hangs on to the lead over Gary Scott. Tom Frank currently 3rd. George Nicola Sr. is 4th. Bo Glemba now in 5th. Kostelnik makes a move for 6th around the outside of Panaya in the 32, and he quickly joins the battle for 3rd, which is a 4-car fight, but we have a caution. In turn 2, Ben Easler has spun car number 7 to the inside wall. Ben Easler in turn 2, bringing out the caution. Front, Gary Scott in 2nd, Tom Frank 3rd, George Nicola Sr. 4th, Bo Glemba 5th. Battle for the lead, very intense. Bumper-to-bumper contact made between Scott and Burbidge, 2 veteran drivers on the speedway. Scott, a 2-time winner in 2005. Burbidge yet to see a checkered flag. They're going to be nearly side by side for the lead. Still Burbidge by inches, working lap number 5. Gary Scott to the inside from Harrison City, Pennsylvania. John Burbidge from East McKeesport on the outside. Door to door down the back straight. Scott now looks to have completed the pass in turn number 3. It's now Gary Scott, John Burbidge, Tom Frank, and Bo Glemba up to 4th. Nicola slipping backwards just a bit. Nicola was 5th at the scoring line. He's door to door with the defending champion Adam Kostelnik in car 60. Battle for 5th with Matt Panaya looking on from the 32 car. Door to door again in the battle for 5th. Nicola and Kostelnik very close, racing down the front straight. Top 5 remain the same at the scoring line. Action all over the racetrack as the lead battle has heated up again. John Burbidge determined not to let the 2-time feature winner get away from him. Gary Scott leading Burbidge, then Tom Frank, and Bo Glemba looking to make a move for 3rd position. We are working lap number 8 of 20. The 99 of Bo Glemba from Charleroi, Pennsylvania, closing in on Ohio's Tom Frank in car 6. Frank slams the door on him in turn number 3. Kostelnik watching and waiting now from the 5th position as Nicola's back to 6th. Gary Scott opens up his biggest lead of the event, now about 7-8 car lengths over Burbidge. Here comes a move for 3rd, Bo Glemba. Inside the 6 of Tom Frank, Frank is able to get the edge each time into turn number 3. Frank very strong at the end of the back straight. Glemba in the 99 car with the fender alongside. They make contact in the battle for 3rd. Tom Frank skates up the banking. Matt Panaya and George Nicola Sr. are collected. Glemba continues on. Ohio's Tom Frank and the 99 of Bo Glemba. Glemba 3rd in the point standings, making contact, battling for the 3rd position on the racetrack. Frank with a dragging rear bumper and some body damage. Matt Panaya got the worst of it as a victim. Up against the wall is car 32, while Nicola able to pull away, it seems, under his own power. Halfway through this feature event, lap number 10, and disaster strikes in the top 5. We see the tow truck needed to remove the Matt Panaya number 32 car. The driver from Plumboro, Pennsylvania, in car number 32, comes into tonight 4th in the point standings. So does... Gary Scott's biggest lead so far comes on the restart as the 16 pulls away from Burbidge in the 11. Kostelnik in car 60 in 3rd, Ship in 4th. Nicola in car 5 may be the man on the move. The 04 of Bob Ship currently holds 4th position, but all the way from the rear of the field after a spin, car number 5, Jim Nicola, is challenging. Nicola has the low line on the rookie, headed into turn number 2. The 5 of a 2-time champion, Jim Nicola. The 04 of modified rookie Bob Ship, battling for 4th position on the racetrack with Mike Bacalon in car 98, coming to life and looking for a top 5 position. Nicola has 4th by inches at the scoring line. 3-car battle for 4th. Jim Nicola takes the position from Bob Ship. Mike Bacalon, who has a feature win already this season, is to the inside of Ship. Bacalon looking to take away 5th, while Kostelnik is falling back from Burbidge in 3rd. Bacalon completes the pass for 5th, and the action settles down just a bit. Gary Scott all by himself in the lead. John Probanich in 2nd had been gaining ground on Kostelnik. Now Kostelnik finds new life in the 60 car and is able to nearly touch the rear bumper of Probanich. Nicola is 4th, Bacalon is 5th, but the battle has developed again for 2nd after Probanich pulled out to 4 or 5 car lengths advantage over Kostelnik. The runner-up position is the best battle on the racetrack again. 4-time feature winner Adam Kostelnik and John Probanich battling for 2nd position. Both drivers are residents of East McKeesport, Pennsylvania. Probanich yet to see a checkered flag in 2005, hanging on to 2nd after leading early in the event. Gary Scott pulling away from both cars with the lead. Gary Scott now about to begin lap 17 as he heads into turn 1 with the lead. Scott, a 2-time feature winner this season in car 16 from Harrison City, Pennsylvania, leading Probanich and Kostelnik 2nd and 3rd on the racetrack. Kostelnik looks to make a move but can't find an opening to the low side of Probanich. Jim Nicola has moved from the rear of the field up to 4th. Mike Bacalon is 5th, but the battle for 2nd is where all attention is with 2 laps to go. Final 2 circuits in tonight's modified feature. Gary Scott over John Probanich, Adam Kostelnik. Scott is 2nd in the point standings as he sees the white flag waving. Kostelnik in 3rd leads the standings and leads the feature win column with 4 victories, working lap 19 of Baum Boulevard Dodge modified feature event. Challenge does develop for 2nd. Kostelnik and Probanich side by side in 3. Lap car of Ben Easler will not be a factor, and for the 3rd time this season, Gary Scott a feature winner. Probanich gets 2nd by inches. Kostelnik is 4th, Nicola 5th, Bacalon in 6th, Matt Smith and Bob Shipp. Gary Scott, 3rd time this season, he's a feature winner in car 16. Now, Peanuts Eustace, come on over here. We're going to talk to you for just a minute. You're a setup man, and most of the folks here in the modified pit area believe that you're the guru of these race cars when it comes to setup. Tell us a little bit about your role in car number 16.
Well, I just keep jacking on it and adjusting it and getting it right for the feature. We have to start in the heat race, and then we go ahead and make a few more adjustments. But it's fast tonight, and we made a few adjustments, and it's just fast, that's all.
Now, on opening night, you guys were in victory lane with this 16 car on a very cold evening. Here tonight, quite the opposite. Well, how much does weather impact the setup of these race cars?
Well, once we get into July, we have to make spring changes.
In car number 77, it's Rich Burbidge from Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Starting 3rd in car 25, it is Dave Tavermina from Wilmerding, PA. Outside in car number 22 with 1 feature win this season from White, Pennsylvania, Robin Rimmel. Car number 57 is driven by Andrew Kostelnik from North Braddock, Pennsylvania. The 15 machine is driven by Jonathan Heilman from Bell Vernon, PA. 78 car is driven by Joe Holp from Uniontown, Pennsylvania. 66 is driven by Max Schlesinger from Elizabeth, Pennsylvania. 74 car is driven by Jason Holder from Stoystown, 2nd in the point standings to Turek. The 35 machine is driven by Bill Ashton from Hopwood, Pennsylvania, last week's feature winner. 73 machine is driven by Lonnie Hoffman from right here in Smithton, Pennsylvania. The 6 is Al Minjok. The 64 is Bill Henry from Vandergrift, Pennsylvania, and the 88 car is Mike Hope from Uniontown. Smale Pontiac GMC pace car off the racetrack. Green flag is out, 20 laps the distance. For the 2nd week in a row, Frank Turek's name is drawn as the Subway Street Stock Challenge driver. Last week he started deep in the field. Tonight he starts from the pole as defending champion in car 5. Dave Tavermina in the 25, riding in 2nd, Robin Rimmel 3rd, Rich Burbidge 4th, Andrew Kostelnik 5th, then 2 by 2 the battle for 6th. Driver in 3rd position, Robin Rimmel, has a feature win this season. Rimmel also has a heat race win in car 22. He was caught up in a lap 1 accident last week. He's right on the back bumper of Dave Tavermina in car 25. Tavermina has had only horrible luck in feature racing this season, as he has 3 preliminary heat wins. Several times he has fallen out while running up front in feature competition. Turek leading Tavermina and Rimmel. Rich Burbidge way up high and sliding the car in turn number 4. Gets back in line, loses position to the 57 of Andrew Kostelnik. Burbidge in 77, Holp in 78. That will be the battle for 5th position down the back straight. Top 4, 5 cars, all single file, side by side, mid-pack. It's Max Schlesinger in 66, Jason Holder in 74. Holder second in the point standings to Frank Turek. Jason Holder several positions behind and could be losing ground in the championship standings with several cars between himself and leader on the racetrack, who is the points leader, Frank Turek from Mount Pleasant. We've got a spin out of turn 2. Minjock in car 6 has looped and headed out to the back straightaway on lap 4. Al Minjock in car number 6 spins to bring out the caution at the exit to turn 2 onto the back straight. The Ford Thunderbird in 3rd over Andrew Kostelnik and Rich Burbidge in 77. Here's the green flag. Tavermina sticks right with the points leader, Turek. Dave Tavermina in car 25 has had everything happen to him this season. He's been disqualified for using an illegal part. He's crashed. He's broken. He's won 3 heat races but can't seem to get a feature finish in car 25. Working lap number 5 of 20, Frank Turek over Dave Tavermina, Robin Rimmel. 3 cars breaking away from the rest of the field. Many car lengths back to Andrew Kostelnik in the 57 in 4th, then Rich Burbidge and Jason Holder battling for 5th position. Tight racing in the middle of the pack behind Burbidge, who's 5th, Holder in 6th, Joe Holp in 7th, and Max Schlesinger in 8th. Schlesinger in the 66, Joe Holp in the 78. Holp is definitely having a career season. Joe Holp in the 78 car has 2 top 10 finishes in consecutive weeks. As we work lap number 7, he's now in the 7th spot. He's between the 74 of Jason Holder and the 66 of Schlesinger. Single file action as the car's spacing out around the racetrack. We've got a challenge coming now for the 5th position. Caution flag will wave now as Jonathan Heilman spins on the front straight. Car number 15, the Belle Vernon, Pennsylvania high school graduate this season. 3-year veteran of street stock competition. Able to right the car. Frank Turek about to lead the field back to the green flag. Dave Tavermina pulled up alongside the leader under that caution and said, "I'm here, don't forget about me." Robin Rimmel 3rd, Kostelnik 4th, Holder 5th. Tavermina wanted to remind Frank Turek that it's not going to be an easy victory. We want to remind you folks that Turek can win everybody a 6-inch meatball sub from Subway tonight. He was pulled last week as the driver to accept the Subway challenge, couldn't get it done. Tonight he's chosen again, working lap number 9 of 20. Turek, Tavermina, Rimmel, Kostelnik, and Holder, the top 5. Jonathan Heilman in the 15 car, having a couple more handling difficulties there as the car was loose again in turns 1 and 2. Tavermina closes the gap just a little. Turek got a great restart, but it looked on that last lap as we reached the halfway point that maybe Tavermina has enough to close in on car 5. All season long. Schlesinger spins in turn number 3. 66 of Max Schlesinger, the Elizabeth, Pennsylvania driver, spinning in turn 3. Holder, top 5 as they were at the last restart. Turek got a fantastic restart a few laps ago. Let's see if Tavermina can hang with them at the drop of the green this time. They are nearly bumper to bumper in the fight for the lead this time through the center of turns 1 and 2. Turek with about a full car length between himself and Tavermina, but the challenge is now for 4th. Jason Holder, 2nd in the point standings, fighting Kostelnik for 4th on the racetrack. Door to door at the line, give the position to Holder by nearly the entire length of a fender and a door. Kostelnik is now shuffled out of the inside lane that he was making work for him. He's got Rich Burbidge to the inside now. Kostelnik just lost 4th to Holder and is about to lose 5th to Burbidge. Here comes Joe Holp for 6th in car 78. Kostelnik drifting backwards, working lap number 12. Frank Turek in car number 5. Subway Challenge driver of the night opens up about a 4 or 5 car length advantage over Dave Tavermina. Robin Rimmel in 3rd. Several car lengths back to Jason Holder in 4th. Rich Burbidge is in 5th with Joe Holp closing in on him. Caution flag once again for the 6 of Minjock. Turn number 4, car number 6, second time this feature event. Difficulty for the Minjock Ford Thunderbird number 6, which sits in the grass beneath turn number 4. 25 of Tavermina seeking his first win of 2005. Last season, Tavermina finished 4th in the final point standings here at Motordrome Speedway. Behind him, Robin Rimmel, who last season was 2nd in the final point standings to Turek. He collected 5 wins last year in car 22. There's the green flag. Turek, Tavermina, Rimmel, and Holder. Frank Turek, 5-time feature winner from Mount Pleasant. On Saturday nights, he operates a go-kart racing speedway. He's a 2-time former champion. Tavermina, then Rimmel, then Holder. We could have a battle for the lead as Tavermina closes up to the back bumper of Turek each time in turns 3 and 4 and plays bumper tag. Tavermina in the 25 wants a win so badly that with 5 laps to go, he takes the chance and knocks into the back end of leader Frank Turek. He backed off enough to let Turek continue with the lead, but that allows Robin Rimmel the chance to challenge for 2nd. Ford fans, Robin Rimmel coming to life and closing up on the battle for the lead as Turek had to back off, getting loose with the contact from Tavermina. Now the margin of lead back up to 4 or 5 car lengths for Turek as he held on to that race car.
Hold it, stay there. Stay there.
Working lap 17 of 20. Turek, Tavermina, Rimmel. Caution flag is out. Fluid on the speedway. Caution flag out. Fluid on the speedway. Car number 73, Lonnie Hoffman, losing fluid from that automobile, was given the black flag, and Lonnie Hoffman is out of the machine safely, regardless of what the mechanical problem was. Driver, okay. We saw some flames and fluid coming out from that car. Caution flag, an opportunity given for the safety crew to extinguish the flames on that machine. We'll have 3 laps to go when the green flag waves over points leader Frank Turek, Dave Tavermina, Robin Rimmel, and Jason Holder. Giles in the Charger division has won 6 times. Turek could equal that mark tonight. Standing in his way will be Dave Tavermina in car 25. Tavermina already got close enough to shove the 5 machine. Battle for the lead has 3 laps to go. Robin Rimmel is 3rd. Jason Holder is 4th. Rich Burbidge with the best performance of the season. He's 5th and hanging right with Holder in car 77. 2 laps to go. Signaled to leader Frank Turek. All season long, we've seen Frank Turek come from starting spots deep in the field and drive to victory. Tonight, he started from the front row, but had an encounter with runner-up Tavermina just a few laps ago. White flag, final lap. If car number 5 can make it back to the checkered flag in the first position, everybody here at Motordrome Speedway gets a free 6-inch meatball sub when you exchange your adult admission ticket at a participating location. Division sponsor Subway. For the second time in 2005, the Subway Challenge has been claimed by Frank Turek. From Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania, it is Frank Turek pulling into victory lane in car 5. Now what am I? Each week when Frank Turek parks in victory lane, he forgets to put the car in gear, and as we're talking to him, it rolls back toward the inside retaining wall. Let's see if he remembers that detail tonight on his 6th win. Even the crew is down here saying, is the car in gear, Frank? Is the car in gear? He's stabilized that machine in victory lane. In just a second, he'll be out of the car and can hear a Motordrome round of applause. Hey, Meatball Sub fans, Frank Turek is your winner. Well, Frank Turek, we have a Subway gift certificate for you, and you just won every single one of these adult ticket holders a free 6-inch meatball sub. How do you feel about that?
Oh, we'll all be eating the Subway this week, won't we?
Sounds like we will indeed. This is your 6th win, and I think it's the first time that you put the car in gear after the race in victory lane, so we don't have to chase it down the front straight. I guess 6th time is when you remember that, huh?
Yeah, it takes a little while to remember things.
One thing you always remember are all the sponsors, so let's have you thank those first.
Yeah, I like to thank Wiltrout Speedway, Westside Lube and Tire, Seacrest, and Frank Turek's Heating and Plumbing, and Acme Speedway from up on the mountains.
And we were telling the fans earlier tonight that several of your victories, you've come from very deep in the field and passed almost every car on the speedway to get here to victory lane. A little bit easier tonight starting from the front, isn't it?
Nah, power steering broke and the brakes broke.
Power steering and brakes both broke.
We had nothing but front brakes.
Wow, and then you had to endure the contact from runner-up Dave Tavermina, who's been on your heels a couple times this year. He got you a little bit loose in turn 4. Tell us about it.
I got into the corner a little bit and I pushed up a little bit. Wasn't nothing he did.
Not his fault, but still with broken power steering and broken brakes, you're one of the guys that just can't be beat in this division.
Oh, we can be beat. We got to work hard for it.
He does indeed. His crew was here late today, but it doesn't matter. He's got his 6th feature win. Frank Turek from Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania, winning the Subway Challenge tonight at Motordrome. Napa NASCAR late model feature, 35-lap distance tonight on Baum Boulevard Dodge night at Motordrome Speedway. Starting up front in car number 51, the Advance Auto Parts Dare Chevrolet Monte Carlo number 51 from Clarksburg, West Virginia, Mr. Consistency John Messenger. Starting second in the Valvoline Brooks Automotive Group Bellevue Chassis Pontiac Grand Prix, 2-time and defending champion, the Dunbar Dominator Rick Miller. Starting third, a heat race winner last week, the veteran from Greensburg, Pennsylvania in the Rolling Rock 33 Monte Carlo, John Komarinsky. Behind third starting Komarinsky, the veteran from Venetia, Pennsylvania, driving the Calusi Chevrolet Froggy sponsored Monte Carlo number 99, Ben Miley. Starting fifth, the driver from North Huntington, Pennsylvania. He's won a Top Dog Challenge already this season. Sophomore driver in the division in car number 15, Brandon Manns. Behind him in car number 60, former Motordrome Speedway champion, the Betts Motorsports, Lint Flooring, Stone & Company, Megan Ford, number 60 of Top Dog winner tonight, Gary Wiltrout. Behind him, feature winner last week in 2 out of the last 3 events, from Brewston Mills, West Virginia, former champion, car number 22, Richard Mitchell. From Connellsville, driving the Stone & Company, Lint Flooring, Megan Ford, number 11, Bobby Henry with 3 wins so far this season. Driving car number 1 from Greensburg, Pennsylvania, Steve Black. And driving car number 98, the Froggy-sponsored Monte Carlo, Paul Urso from Glenshaw. There's the green flag, 35 laps ahead. Baum Boulevard Dodge presenting tonight's 35-lap Napa Super Late Model feature. NASCAR Division 4 points are on the line, as well as championship points towards the title of MOTORDROME Speedway champ. Side by side up front, Rick Miller, John Messenger at the line on lap 1. Rick Miller leading in car 25 over Messenger, Komarinsky, then Brandon Mann's Bobby Henry. Henry in 5th in car 11, Brandon Mann's in 4th. Rick Miller with about a 6-car length advantage now on lap 2 over Messenger. Brandon Mann's in car number 15, the Pride Mobility Products Spang Remodeling Cars by Dave 15 is just in front of a teammate battle. Bobby Henry to the outside in car 11, Gary Wiltrout to the inside in car 60. The battle for 5th is heated between teammates. These two drivers swap rides for Jennerstown Speedway action every Saturday night in the NASCAR Weekly Racing Series. Wiltrout to the inside, Henry to the outside. Nearly banging fenders are the 4 teammates back in the 5th position. Richard Mitchell in car 22 closes up to that battle. Mitchell had handling problems in his heat race, dropped back substantially. Rick Miller still out in front. John Messenger in 2nd. Komarinsky in 3rd with Brandon Mann's 4th. Henry breaks free of his teammate Wiltrout, who now has to contend with Richard Mitchell. Henry now by himself in 5th with the Mann's Medical Products number 15 just in front of him. It's sophomore driver Brandon Manns. Manns hangs on to 4th at the scoring line on lap 6, but Henry's door-to-door with him in turn 2. As Henry is taking a position away from Brandon Manns, Richard Mitchell is side by side with Wiltrout behind that battle. Henry takes over 4th position. Manns back to 5th. Wiltrout and Mitchell battling for 6th. Just as quickly as Manns lost the 4th position, he could be in jeopardy of losing 5th. Gary Wiltrout, the 2002 track champion, diving under the former Pro Truck winner, Brandon Manns. Now it's Richard Mitchell in car 22. The Howard Concrete Pumping, Tom Clark Chevrolet machine is to the inside of Manns. Turn our attention now to the battle for 3rd. John Komarinsky is challenged and now surrenders 3rd to Bobby Henry. Henry in the 11 is fast advancing. Komarinsky is back to 4th. Komarinsky got a heat race win last week. Bobby Henry, a 3-time feature winner already this season, leaves him behind in 3rd position. Komarinsky 4th, Wiltrout now 5th, Richard Mitchell now 6th, Brandon Manns back to 7th, Ben Miley 8th. Lap number 10 of 35, and Rick Miller, the Dunbar Dominator, with a half straightaway advantage over Mr. Consistency, John Messenger. Messenger in car 51, won a Top Dog Challenge just a couple weeks ago, and last season was 4th in the final point standings here at MOTORDROME. Messenger currently in 51, in 5th in the point standings. Bobby Henry 2nd in the standings. They're fighting for the runner-up position on the speedway. Henry makes his move to the outside. In turn number 3, the 11 of Bobby Henry has nearly cleared Messenger. Henry started deep in the field and takes 2nd on lap 12. Rick Miller, the Valvoline Brooks Automotive number 25, half straightaway ahead now of Bobby Henry in 2nd. In 3rd, John Messenger. In 4th, John Komarinsky. In 5th, Richard Mitchell has passed Gary Wiltrout. Mitchell now closes in on the Rolling Rock 33 of Komarinsky. It's lap 13. Miller 1st, Henry 2nd, Messenger 3rd, battle developing for 4th. Richard Mitchell, 2 feature victories in 3 starts here at MOTORDROME. In car 22 is challenging Greensburg veteran John Komarinsky. Mitchell to the inside, Komarinsky to the outside. Komarinsky hangs on to 4th on lap 14. Richard Mitchell with a brand new race car. Number 22 won in its debut performance here 3 weeks ago at MOTORDROME. He's side by side with Komarinsky, 22 and 33, fighting for 4th. At the line, nearly a dead heat on lap 15. 4th position is finally surrendered to Richard Mitchell, but they're still door-to-door down the back straight. Mitchell had the spot by inches at the scoring line. They are glued together side by side in turn 3. Mitchell now breaks free and clears in the pass for 4th. Rick Miller, 9th in the NASCAR divisional point standings, coming into tonight, is leading the championship chase at MOTORDROME Speedway. Miller, so far this season, in car number 25, has 5 feature victories. Second to him in the standings, Bobby Henry has 3 feature victories. Henry is second on the racetrack, but has a lot of ground to gain if he wants to challenge for another win. It may take a caution flag as we are halfway through this event. Henry has pulled away from John Messenger, who is third, but has a tremendous amount of track space to make up in order to catch the rear bumper of Rick Miller. Miller in car 25, your leader, closes in on the 1 of Steve Black. Black will go a lap down, it appears, on lap 19 as Miller will approach his machine on the back straight. Miller to the outside and clears Black into turn number 3. This time at the scoring line, we will begin working lap number 20 of 35. Miller over Henry, Messenger third, and Mitchell in 4th. Best battle on the speedway is about to be for third. Out of turn 2 and headed down the back straight, a pair of West Virginia drivers. John Messenger, a converted dirt track ace. Richard Mitchell, the former ARCA Super Speedway and Busch Series competitor in car 22. Last week's winner, Mitchell, challenging Messenger to the outside on lap 21. John Messenger in a low-budget team in car number 51, 5th in the current point standings. Mitchell moves to the outside. Mountaineer State drivers fighting for 3rd position. Mitchell has 3rd by inches at the scoring line on lap 22. He continues in the high groove of the speedway. He has now cleared the 51 of Messenger. Miller all by himself out front. Henry in 2nd. Mitchell bobbles just a bit in turn number 3 and allows Messenger back into 3rd. The fight for 3rd position is not over as we're working lap 23. Messenger on the inside, Mitchell on the outside. Mitchell, a 2-time former MOTORDROME Speedway champion. Last season, Messenger 4th in the final standings. Messenger again will hang on to 3rd. Mitchell's one bobble was a costly one. It's lap 24 and he has still not secured the 3rd position away from Messenger. Behind them, it's John Komarinsky in a top 5 spot, and Mitchell has to get on the binders to avoid Steve Black, the lap machine. They were 3 wide in turn number 3. Everybody had to get on the binders for Steve Black. And now it's Mitchell back up to 3rd by inches at the scoring line that time. Bobby Henry has closed in on Rick Miller. He has closed the distance, but he's nowhere within challenging range yet. He has cut the advantage by a few car lengths in recent laps. Rick Miller in car 25 continues to lead. Henry gaining slightly, but will not have enough time to challenge for a win without a caution flag. Richard Mitchell securing 3rd spot. Komarinsky spins from the 5th position in car 33. John Komarinsky spun by himself a few weeks ago while running in the top 5, and again tonight as he was solidly in 5th. Miller, Henry, and Mitchell lead him to the green. 9 laps remaining. Rick Miller, the 2-time and defending champion. Bobby Henry in 11, and we've got a serious crash with Ben Miley on the back straight. Miley and Komarinsky collide. Red flag as the flames out of the Miley 99 car. Paul Urso in the 98 and Steve Black spun to avoid it, but hard contact with flames from car number 99, Ben Miley. Komarinsky made violent outside wall contact as well. Here comes Gary Wiltrout to the pit area with significant right side damage. Body damage and a flat tire for Wiltrout in the 60 car. We'll get you a report on the drivers on the back straight. Paul Urso in the 98, Steve Black in the 1 car, spinning to avoid. Hard contact with the outside wall made by John Komarinsky in the Rolling Rock 33, and Ben Miley, whose car went ablaze on the back straight. Car number 99, the veteran from Venetia, Pennsylvania, in the Calusi Chevrolet car number 99. Miley, a dirt track late model champion years and years ago here at MOTORDROME Speedway. Miley with numerous victories in his illustrious dirt track career. He's only in his 3rd year of asphalt late model racing and still seeks a career first victory. Miley, known as the Pink Panther in car number 99. I did not see the incident, but we saw flames flaring up out of the 99 machine of Ben Miley. Driver of the Rolling Rock 33, John Komarinsky, is out of the car and walking around. Great news, John Komarinsky is going to be okay. Paul Urso backing the Froggy 98 machine away from the accident scene. Last year's Rookie of the Year, Urso from Glenshaw, Pennsylvania, slightly involved in that accident, as was Greensburg's Steve Black. Red flag comes on the speedway anytime flames are seen. Ben Miley is out of the car on the back straight. Round of applause for the Venetia, Pennsylvania veteran in car number 99. Ben Miley with a hard accident here tonight. The damage so significant to the Calusi Chevrolet number 99 of Ben Miley that the Speedway's rollback is being summoned to remove that car from the back straight. Not the kind of fireworks display we wanted to see here to kick off the Independence Day weekend for you at Motordrome Speedway. Ben Miley and John Komarinsky both okay. Both cars severely damaged in this back straight incident. 5 drivers, no stranger to seeing the checkered flag. Gary Wiltrout, it appears to be up to 6th after the attrition in this feature event, despite being involved in that incident. Green flag is out. Miller is on the hammer. Bobby Henry in second. Richard Mitchell third. A fantastic start for Rick Miller as we saw the nose of car number 11, Bobby Henry, dip just a little bit. He was either slow on a shift or had to touch the brakes for some reason in car number 11. He was very slow exiting turn 4 at the wave of the green flag. Henry, who was closing in ever so slightly on Miller during that last stint of green flag racing, finds himself in second, and Richard Mitchell is just as close to Henry's back bumper as Henry is to Miller's. About to see a 3-car battle for the 4th position. 51 of John Messenger and the 15 of Brandon Manns. We're working lap 28 of 35, and Gary Wiltrout has joined those 2 drivers. Manns pulls even with Messenger in the battle for 4th in turn 3. Here comes Wiltrout tightening up on the 51 of Messenger as well. Manns gave it a great shot to try and take away the 4th spot from Messenger, but by moving up to the high lane, he's opened the door for Gary Wiltrout in the 60 car. Miller, Henry, Mitchell continue to lead. Then it's Messenger ahead of the battle for 5th. Brandon Manns, Gary Wiltrout. 5 laps to go, and the lead battle has intensified. Bobby Henry has pulled up to the back bumper of Rick Miller after Miller got the great restart. Side by side at the scoring line into turn number 1. Henry takes the advantage. Working lap 31 of 35, we have a new leader, Bobby Henry. Rick Miller had things all his way from the start of this event, and after a great restart, Bobby Henry lost ground at the drop of the green for the restart, but made it all up and then some. He takes the lead. It's lap 32, and Henry has about a 3-car length advantage over Rick Miller. Bobby Henry has won 3 features at Motordrome this season. Rick Miller has won 5. The signal is given for 2 laps to go. Bobby Henry, in his first season driving this race car, the Benz Motorsports team and the Gary Wiltrout team combining forces this season. Henry drives the Wiltrout machine numbered 11 here at Motordrome, then switches to the Benz 60 car on Saturday nights when Wiltrout drives his own car. Here's the white flag waving. Bobby Henry up front, Rick Miller second, Richard Mitchell third. Final lap. Many times a winner and champion on the dirt track surface of the Motordrome Speedway. He got his 100th feature win last week. Make it number 101 for Bobby Henry of Connellsville in car number 11. He takes off the buckles. The steering wheel has been removed. And climbing out of the car, ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Henry. Well, Bobby Henry, you've had a couple of wins here where you started toward the front. Not the case tonight. Last week you were the hard charger by climbing from row 8 up to the second spot, and just when you needed a caution flag, there it was.
There's no way I'd have caught him without it. Lady Luck was with us, that's for sure.
This being your 4th win of the season, last week at Jennerstown Speedway in NASCAR racing, you got your 100th career victory, and I guess it took you a little by surprise. Are you one of those guys not concerned with statistics?
Yeah, I forgot all about it. I knew I was on 99, but I was just there running my heart out, and I forgot all about it, but that's pretty cool to get 100. Even though most of them was on dirt, but what's the difference?
In fact, many of those coming right here at Motordrome. You were also a champion in the limited late model division here at Motordrome. What did you think when this speedway paved? Being that you were the top dog in your division on dirt tracks, then the 90s roll around and here's pavement and NASCAR racing. Is that where you always wanted to be, racing pavement?
We were always kind of down on lack of sponsorship, and a couple guys told us it was cheaper to run asphalt, so we went ahead and tried it. Not sure if that was the truth or not, but that's what made us change, yeah.
And speaking of sponsorship, talk a little bit about this combined team effort this year and the people who put you in victory lane a 4th time.
Okay, now I've been practicing this. If I take my time, I can do it, okay? I'd like to thank Stone & Company, Lent Flooring, Megan Ford, Stan's Transmissions, Quality Support, Rockwood Retaining Walls, Bob Mongels, Courtyard Catering, Centos, Colton's Restaurant, Fox's Pizza, Quality Support, I think I said that twice, but the Daily Courier, and I'd like to thank Jimmy Friedline for building a heck of a motor here.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, 4th time this season, 2nd in the point standings, Connellsville's Bobby Henry. Liter V6, a 5.7-liter Hemi V8, and a 6.1-liter Hemi V8 with a blistering 425 horsepower and 420 foot-pounds of torque. It is Dodge's new hybrid, and it burns both rubber and gas. And last, not least, the legendary Dodge Viper RT. You get 500 horsepower out of a mammoth 505 cubic inch V10 power plant. The Viper has the Tremec T56 manual transmission with a short throw shifter for fast and accurate shifts. With all that power, you'll need something to help slow you down, so the Viper comes with huge 14-inch rotors with Brembo 4-piston calipers and optimized ABS tuning. The Viper isn't for everyone, but it just might be for you. All these vehicles on sale at Baum Boulevard, Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge, where tonight's ticket stub is worth $500 toward the purchase of a brand new Dodge. Thanks once again to Baum Boulevard Dodge for presenting tonight's Independence Day fireworks extravaganza. For the 2nd consecutive weeks, the drivers leave us hanging on the car horn salute. Early part of the season, these guys would all be blowing the horn as they made it down the front straightaway, but with those procedures behind us now, we will introduce to you the starting field, which is Roger Bryan from Smithton in car 12, Bill Oldham from Connellsville in car 5, Larry Vance in car 28, Chuck Hall in 67, Gene Greco in 22, 51 is Kevin Ludwig, 34 Aaron Midjock, green flag is out, 16 is Ed Deneen, 05 is Andy Giles, 87 Richie Miller, 0 of Joey Richards is into the inside retaining wall in turns 1 and 2. The 0 car hasn't been with us for several weeks. Joey Richards from Greensburg has come to a stop between turns 1 and 2 with some, I believe that's steam. Perhaps he had a radiator problem as he bopped the inside retaining wall, so we'll have a complete restart with the Advance Auto Parts American Flyers. It's racing only for a trophy and points for the championship title. These drivers are not paid, amateurs that are in it for love of sport. There's the green flag for Bryan and Oldham on the front row. Larry Vance quickly makes it 3 wide down the front straight in car 28. 3 wide still into turn number 1. Oldham pushes Roger Bryant into the infield grass through turns 1 and 2, and Larry Vance comes out with the lead. Larry Vance in the Ford, number 28, leading the Mopar Dodge, number 67, Chuck Hall, but here comes Ed Deneen. General Motors fans, take note of Ed Deneen from the rear of the field in car 16, working lap number 1. Ed Deneen, the leading feature winner in the division and current points leader in car 16. All last season, Ed Deneen had only 2 wins. This season, he's already got 5. Larry Vance with 1 feature win earlier this season, holding off the 16 of Deneen. At the stripe, lead still belongs to the Ford of Larry Vance. Larry Vance hangs on to the lead by a fender down the back straight. Now gets the whole Ford tempo out in front of Deneen's 16 car. Deneen comes charging back in. We saw the brake light on Vance's car. Deneen went into 3 full tilt. And that move makes him the leader on lap number 3. 8 laps the total distance. This time Deneen has to get hard on the brakes. We see the light coming on behind your leader, Ed Deneen in 16. Chuck Hall in 3rd, feeling the pressure now from 21-year-old rookie Richie Miller. Miller won his first competitive race on opening night this season, and he's door-to-door with Hall in 67. Miller took the lead from Hall to win the heat race earlier tonight. The U-Pullet Murphy's 2 Cavalier pulling into 3rd position by a fender. Halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go. Deneen out front, but Miller makes contact. Chuck Hall and Richie Miller get together, exchanging the 3rd position. Top 3 drivers on the Speedway are now the only 3 feature winners from 2005. Deneen leading the point standings. Miller 3rd on the racetrack, 2nd in the standings. Larry Vance in car 28, 3rd in the point standings, 2nd on the Speedway. Battle developing now for 5th. Minjock in the 34, Oldham in the 5. Minjock dives to the bottom and carries momentum past the 5 of Oldham and into 5th position, while Deneen continues to lead Vance and Miller. Ed Deneen all by himself out in front. Deneen is a pit crew member on the Gary Scott Modified that went to victory lane earlier tonight. I don't believe in any of his 5 victories Gary Scott was also a winner. This could be the first time that Deneen and his friend and teammate Gary Scott have both won features on the same night. He joins an elite group of 6-time feature winners in the Advance Auto Parts American Flyers. Ed Deneen takes another checkered flag. One more picture opportunity for Ed Deneen. He's out of the car and can hear you now, ladies and gentlemen. 6-time feature winner, Ed Deneen. Ed, with 6 wins, you know very well that we present a Subway gift certificate to the feature winner in each division. Come on over here for your interview. Ed Deneen, an up and down night for you. Your heat race didn't quite go so well, but here you are joining an elite group of 6-time winners. Let's smile for the camera on top of the tower there. Tell us about that run.
Oh, I tell you what, it worked out pretty good there. I don't know what happened. There was a caution there. I guess the O car, looks like Joey got banged up over there. And then they restarted this, and we got, them guys all went down. I got an outside line, and I just took it and pedaled it around the corner, got it pedaled through, and took off. And I ran down Larry and caught Larry and passed him up. So I just had to go from the back to, I said, do what I do. We got screwed up in there. I made a mistake over here and got a little banged up in the front, but all in all, I guess it was okay.
Is this the first time that you and Gary Scott have both won features on the same night?
Yeah, it's first time. Usually it's him and then me, and it's never the same night. So I didn't know what was going to happen tonight, but it's come out. It worked out okay. It started out as a bad night, but it worked out okay.
You have the nicer looking driving suit as I look at Gary Scott here behind you, so tell us what you do on his modified for him.
Well, we get it ready for whenever it needs stuff over there, working on it in the pits, and Gregory here helps him with it. And when it goes to tech, we have to do stuff. It's a little tricky with me because sometimes we're going out when he's going in, so I got to do what I try to help him with tires, moving things, changing tires and everything, you know. So, but I want to thank everybody for coming out. Happy 4th of July. You know, I thank Advanced Auto Parts, and I want to thank Bomb Boulevard Dodge and everybody here in Dodge in MOTORDROME Speedway.
Thanks again, and congratulations on his 6th victory of the year, Ed Denny. It's the Yellow Book Charger Division and the leading feature winner. Starting up front in this event, Ed Denny becomes a 6-time winner. The only driver prior to a moment ago to collect 6 victories is Jeff Giles from Vanderbilt in car 50 on the point. Starting outside in car 22, it's Dwayne Knoll. Inside row number 2, the 95 car is driven by 2-time feature winner Jimmy Stokes from West Newton. Then we see the 65 car of Scott Margie, also from West Newton. Driving car number 1, it's Tracy Keller, second in the point standings. Outside in car number 13, it's Denny Keller, the drivers from Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania. Then we see the 8 machine driven by Scott Aiello, 3-time heat race winner so far this season. Then the 11 machine driven tonight by Victor Keller. 51 is driven by Clifford Abbott from Perryopolis, Pennsylvania. The 04 machine is driven by Brian Shipp from Jefferson Hills, PA. 21 is Gary Ankrum from Smithfield. Outside we see the 70 car driven by Andy Hogan. 9 is last week's feature winner Rick Broadwater from Level Green, Pennsylvania. 32 is Dan Jordan from Connellsville. There's the green flag. Jeff Giles up front, 6-time winner in car 50, leading the division point standings. He's leaking something on the racetrack. Car number 50 with a trail behind it, and Stokes nearly loses it in the fluid. Jimmy Stokes broke loose in car 95 as the 50 of Giles was clearly losing a fluid of some type down the back straight in car 50. Could have been fuel overflow, could have been water, but a whitish clear liquid coming out the back of the 50 on lap 1. And Jimmy Stokes is the victim as he drifts back from a front row start to mid-pack. Tracy Keller in car number 1, the opening night feature winner, is second. Then it's West Newton's Scott Margie in the 65 and the 8 of Scott Aiello battling for third. The 8 of Scott Aiello, the driver from White Oak, Pennsylvania. Multi-time heat race winner so far this season. Jeff Giles in the 50, Tracy Keller in the 1, Scott Aiello in 8, Scott Margie in 65, then the 22 of Dwayne Knoll. Knoll makes a challenge for 4th. He's inside of Margie in the 65. Nearly side by side in that battle for the 4th position. They make contact down the front straight. Margie spins into the inside wall. Light contact made. He was very light in touching the inside wall, but the contact was a little more significant from the 22 of Knoll. Those two got together on the way out of turn number 4. Knoll helped Margie to spin into the inside wall. We have 3 laps officially completed of 15. Pennsylvania leading Tracy Keller of Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania. Last year, Keller was 5th in the final point standings. Keller in the 1 car has 4 heat race wins to go with his 1 feature victory in 2005. Jimmy Stokes with a great restart, passing 2-3 cars. Tracy Keller in car number 1 is able to do something that no one's been able to do all season long, and that is challenge Jeff Giles for a win. The 1 of Keller, opening night feature winner, challenging the division points leader who spins from the 1st position after contact with Keller. Keller's car now showing sparks and damage in the 1 machine. Giles also with a right front flat. 12 laps remaining in this 15-lap Yellow Book Charger feature. Scott Aiello on the break over Dwayne Knoll, and Jimmy Stokes with another great restart. Each time the green flag waves, Stokes gains a position or 2. Scott Aiello in car number 8, driving a race car that carried young Chantel Germack to the Western Pennsylvania Rookie of the Year honors when she was back in the Charger division. Same machine, same color. Route 51 landscaping machine, now numbered 8 for Scott Aiello with the 22 of former truck racer Dwayne Knoll in second spot. Jimmy Stokes is up to third. 2-time feature winner from West Newton in car number 95. He has 2 feature victories, 2 heat race wins. And after slipping back on lap number 1, he has battled up to a podium finish position if he can hang on to one of the top 3 spots. Battle developing for the lead down the back straight. Dwayne Knoll, the Buick Regal number 22, to the inside of a Chevrolet Malibu steered by Scott Aiello. Jimmy Stokes able to close in on the lead duo. Working lap number 6 of 15. Last lap, Knoll was challenging for the lead. Now he's in jeopardy of losing second position. Jimmy Stokes working the high side in car number 95. Aiello slips up just a little bit, opens the door for Knoll. Nearly bumper to bumper at the scoring line for lap number 7. Aiello still leads over Knoll officially. But now into turn number 2, Knoll looks to change that situation, getting the entire car out in front of the 8. Possible lead change at the scoring line this time. Jimmy Stokes, the 3rd car in a 3-car battle at the front. Halfway, the signal given as Dwayne Knoll takes over the top spot, and Jimmy Stokes challenges Aiello for second. Caution flag, trouble into turn number 4, Scott Margie and Dan Jordan. Both cars pointing the wrong direction on the front straight. I didn't see that one happen. Dan Jordan in car number 32 from Connellsville, and West Newton's Scott Margie second. Dwayne Knoll, Scott Aiello, Jimmy Stokes, and Rick Broadwater, who may be the man on the move. Gary Ankrum has a problem coming up to speed. They're 3 wide around him in turn 4. Ankrum's going to have to head to the pit area. Gary Ankrum in 21, having trouble in turns 3 and 4, stacked him up nearly 4 wide before moving himself off the racetrack and into the pit area. Dwayne Knoll, Scott Aiello still up front with Jimmy Stokes and Rick Broadwater. Broadwater, who had a couple of good runs before debuting this new race car, is now the man to contend with as he has moved all the way from the rear of the field up to 4th. He's last week's feature winner. He's climbed into the top 5 again. Knoll and Aiello slugging it out for the lead. 9 of 15 laps are completed. Just as Aiello was challenging for the lead, he finds Jimmy Stokes parked on his back bumper. Stokes on the bottom, Aiello up high, battle for second. This allows Dwayne Knoll to get further out in front of the field. Broadwater, whose progress was remarkable, seems to be losing ground to the top 3 now in car number 9 after his triumphant career first win last week. In turn number 1, Jimmy Stokes and Aiello make light contact. Everybody keeps pointed the right direction in the runner-up battle. Stokes, who got into the left rear of Aiello on turn number 1, now has the entire car door-to-door with Aiello, and he's got a problem, another flat tire. Jimmy Stokes may not be able to reach the pit area with that flat tire on car 95, and we need another caution flag. He was fighting to take away second position, and just like Jeff Giles, just like Tracy Keller, top runners in the division tonight suffering all right front flat tires. Possibly career first victory for Dwayne Knoll. That Charger automobile is for sale. Aiello in the 8, Broadwater in the 9, Stokes storming back down pit lane to try and stay on the lead lap as he rejoins the field. Aiello is able to close up just a bit on Knoll at the wave of the white flag. Could be a Motordrome first win for either one of the first two drivers. Scott Aiello in the 8 breaks the back end loose, and that's going to just about seal the win for Knoll. Aiello with a bobble out of turn number 2. Former pro truck racer, now in the Yellow Book Charger division, driving car number 22, Dwayne Knoll with a checkered flag, new winner in the Yellow Book Charger division. Special thanks once again to tonight's fireworks sponsor, Bomb Boulevard Dodge. Thanks as well to our contingency sponsors who provide prizes in Victory Lane to each of the feature winners, including a case of Pepsi. Snyder of Berlin's Dwayne Knoll, is this your first career feature victory here at Motordrome Speedway?
Yeah, it is my first feature win here at Motordrome.
You were with us earlier this season in the truck division, and now you bring out the Charger car. I see a for sale sign on it. Is that situation changing now that it's gone to Victory Lane? Are you going to hang on to this car a little while?
No, I've been trying to get rid of it, and a couple people offered, but nobody gave up the money, so I figured bring it out and show it off, I guess.
Well, that's indeed what you did here tonight. Chaos happening in front of you, at the front of the pack, with top runners getting together, cutting down tires, and in that last stint, you outran some of the best of them.
I've been watching the last few weeks up in the stands, and I've been getting the itch, and I was eager to see how I can do against Jeff Giles, Jimmy Stokes, the 8, I'm not sure his name. There's a couple other guys I've been watching that are real strong here.
Tell us a little bit about the car. Thank your sponsors and crew for the great run tonight.
Well, I'd like to thank my dad, first of all. He helped me get the car ready for this week. My sponsors, I feel a little bad for what happened at the beginning of the year with the truck situation, but I want to thank Proskin Concrete, Shorty Financial, Dodge Vending, Pennsylvania Beer and Tap Control. Some of them guys' decals aren't on the car, but sooner or later they will if I can't sell the car.
Oh, there you go. Now, this is your first feature win in your first attempt, so you're batting 1,000 in the Charger division. Can we expect to see this car in your hands until it's sold the rest of the season?
I'll probably keep bringing it out until it's sold, yeah.
There we go. He's going to keep racing with us in the Yellow Book Chargers, a first-time winner this season, first ever win at Motordrome for Dwayne Knoll.